lives one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson.
Shout out D on the track, Paint Music Media. Shout out DJ Lee Productions, and I'm Al Care. But if you a game changer, got my head, my grind on high. Win, lose, or drought, I'ma ride till I die. I go hard in that lane. My God is the aim. Put me in, coach, and watch me change the game. Cause I'm a game changer. 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 I'm a game changer.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Charles McCutchen. I'm your favorite entrepreneur. Check this out, y'all. I'm going to give y'all some information. Information is only powerful when you can use it. You have to be able to use it. You have to take action. And I know we put this out there for everybody. This is about financial freedom. So it's pieces of a puzzle that you put together so you can get to your destination or to your goal. And I spoke with a young lady today. She said, what are you going to talk about? I said, let me explain it to you like this. Whatever I talk about, I'm going to guarantee you're going to learn something. I guarantee it. And so I'm going to dive in. Those who know me and those who don't, Charles McCutchen, I'm a best-selling author. I have a few different industries that I'm in, and I'm going to start telling about the industries that I'm in because what I found out is some people are working on the same industries that I'm in, and I have some advice I can give them along their journey. So I have a nonprofit helping homeless veterans. Working that has been some you get some help from some people, and then you don't get help from others. So you just keep moving, and no matter what, you are going to be the most passionate person about your nonprofit. Nobody else is going to be as passionate as you, and you just have to live with that. The other thing, I have certified from the government to sell to the government or work with the government, and I have the Service Disabled Veteran certification, the micro certification. We have a thing called a SWAM certification up here, and that's for different businesses, more smaller businesses can get a piece of that action up here. I have the veteran-owned business certification. So you pick up these certifications that allow you to get on different contracts that are out there that may fit the billet of what you put your business in for, for different contracts that are out there. For everybody doing government contracting, if you are a business owner, you should be in government contracting because it's harder to find stuff that the government doesn't buy than to sit there and run through a list of the things that they do, because they literally buy everything. So it's more of you putting yourself in position to where it's a thing called the prime, and that's the person or the organization that gets the contract. You don't have to be the prime. You can actually be a sub on it, and meaning that you find something in that contract that you can do, you can actually get in touch with them and say, hey, I can fulfill this piece of the puzzle, especially like those big contracts. You got contracts out there, 10, 20, 30, 40, 80 million. They're not, whoever takes that contract on, they're not doing all the work. They're looking and they're mandated to sub out some of that work. I used to work for a company that subbed me out to go do some of that work. So it's out there for the taking for the different people who want it. I am writing books, and somebody just hit me up, the guy that I'm writing a book with, and I got it from the editors, and now I got to do my piece of the puzzle to put it back out there, and then we have to go to market, and we have to put it out there for the masses to, get a piece of it. So it's a book for high schoolers and for college students, and I know parents going to get a piece of it as well because I have some educators that's going to be talking about what parents should do from the educational field. This lady that I have has been in the industry over 35 years. She's a great-grandmother. So, y'all better not say nothing bad about her. She is on her she's, just a wealth of knowledge and something that I can't give because I didn't, I'm not in that field. So I just reach out to those who are in that field. And so I'm working in the assisted living arena. Already been through the class. I have to do my 100 hours, and I have to do it in North Carolina. So I have to spend about 2.5 weeks down in North Carolina actually in doing working at a facility. Myself and my sister have been, we partnered together to do this. It's taking a little bit of time because we got a little sidetracked doing some family stuff, and now we got to get back and jump on it and make that happen. And the other thing is speaking engagement, traveling, doing speaking engagement. I just did one this Saturday, and I'm going to discuss what I just spoke about this Saturday with y'all today. And it was for all business owners, so you can get more funding. I'm going to speak on that, and I guarantee you're going to learn something because it's just, I study this stuff like all the time. The other thing I'm doing is the real estate world, from residential to commercial, doing more commercial now because I'm working with a church and a nonprofit, going down that road to get some bigger deals. The bigger residential deals are okay. But when you start to look at, the bigger picture and you start to want to go up to 6 units and 15 units and 100 units, and, it's going to help out any church. It's going to help out any nonprofit once you can get into the real estate world and do it on a bigger scale. So, I have training programs. I'm teaching people on the weekends. I'm just going for it and making no excuses. We don't have time for excuses. I want to sit and complain like everybody else, but I'd rather, if you're going to complain, I'll tell you this, put some work in and complain at the same time. That's the best you can do. Put some work in and then complain while you're doing it, because nobody wants to do this stuff. I'm going to tell you the same thing that I tell everybody no matter where I go. People and unsuccessful people are the same. It's just that successful people didn't stop. That's all. They just kept going and fought through all the pain, all the nonsense, all the stuff that they have to go through. And then at the end of the day, what happens is people are going to say, "You're so lucky." I get that right now. Oh, man, you're so lucky you don't have to go to work. And I'm looking like, hold on for a minute. What happened? Where were you when I was going to work? When I was getting up at 3 in the morning. Let's keep it 100. Where were you when I was getting up at 3 in the morning and then working until like 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night and then doing it over again? Nobody was telling me I was lucky then, but now I'm lucky because I worked my behind off, and I'm still working my behind off, but I do it at, I have 100% of my time, and I don't sugarcoat that. And this is the best thing, and I know a lot of people won't reach it. It's called freedom. It's called freedom. The reason we won't reach it is because a lot of us are trying to do a lot of stuff on our own. That's not going to help you. It's not going to serve you. And I'm telling you, you have to go. They say if you want that old African proverb, if you want to go far, we have to go together. But if you want to go fast, go ahead and run out there by yourself. I'm trying to tell you, it's not going to work the way you think it's going to work. So when I go to all these doggone events and sitting in these seminars and on these webinars, and I don't truly want to do it, to be honest. But I always learn something. I always meet some people that I didn't meet before, and I always network. And then I put out information, and they give me information, and it's like they're feeding me, I'm feeding them, and everybody eats in that respect. So today, if you want to get in touch with me and get this presentation, because I'm probably not going to finish it, and it's how to fund your business the right way, literally. And the right way is this to me, funding it to where you don't have to put your Social Security number or your credit score out there. The sad part is this. I have been doing this for probably 3 years plus, and I still see people struggling. The same people that have gotten information from me that don't want the whole thing, they just wanted a piece of the pie, and now they're out there and they're struggling, and it's been 3 years for some people, 2 years for some people, 1 year for some people, 6 months for some people, and I'm just like, why do y'all continue to struggle? Why? It's like we are just trying to struggle. It's almost like if you have an open book test and then you say, no, I don't want the answers. I'm going to give you the answers right here, and we're allowing you to take the open book, but you want to try to figure it out yourself and get a encyclopedia, and so those of you who don't know what that is, it's okay. It's like going on the internet, well, not using the internet, just trying to figure it out yourself. It's not going to work the way you think it's going to work. I got the keys to the car. I got the answers to the test, and some people want it and some don't. I put some stuff in videos. I literally do like step-by-step things, and some people say, well, I didn't really watch all of it. And I'm like, well, how do you expect to get to that destination that you want to get to? And so people will just continue to struggle. And the sad thing is people going to struggle, and then they're going to say, they're going to pray to God and hope that he send the answer, which he already sent it, and now you don't want it the way he packaged it up for you. But then you're going to pray to God again, and when he do send it to you, you're going to pray and say, is this real? And I know people like that right now. They keep praying, and he keeps sending, but it's not the way they think it should be, so they go back and pray again. So I don't know how people's faith is set up, and I don't worry. I'm not the worrying type. I don't do that because I have faith. That's just me. Everybody do it their way, but I'm not praying for the second thing and the third thing, and I already prayed for it. But I work for it as well. So again, Charles McCutchen, Charles M Speaks at yahoo.com. That's Charles, Charles, the letter M as in Mike, Speaks, as I'm speaking to y'all right now. SPEAKS, Speaks at yahoo.com. Get in touch with me. I'm all over social media. You can definitely find me, or go to YouTube and find me. Type in Charles McCutchen, and it might be a few Charles McCutchens out there, but I will pop up somewhere. If it's all good to you, it's all good for me. So what we're going to discuss, and I'm gonna break this down the best way I can. I call it true business credit, but there's no such thing. I want people to be clear. There's no such thing as true business credit. Okay, there is such a thing called business credit. So I had to break it apart only because of how the lenders tell us about business credit. They tell us the truth. I'm going to break it down the best way I can. So business credit, to me, you can get it with your Social Security number. You can get it without your Social Security number. One lady asked me, do I have to get it? And I said, no, you do not. You can use your social and your credit score all day long. I'm not mad at you. But if I had the choice of using my social and my credit score, I'd rather not. That's just me. So if you want to use your Social Security number and your credit score, by all means, do that. I'm not saying you can get funded that way. That's on you. No big deal. So I just do it a little differently. I would rather not use mine. That's just me. And I'm putting this out there, and this is just for people, and we already know this. Businesses fail. I mean, for lack of a better word, businesses fail, and I know you hear that 1 in 5 businesses fail, blah, blah, blah. So from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, that's what it's really called. 1 out of 5 businesses fail within their first 5 years. So within 15 years, 75% of businesses fail. And per the SBA, the Small Business Association, the 2 most common reasons for failure: management and not enough money. Management and not enough money. And then there's another one. You can have too much money and not know what to do. So that happens as well. So from the Small Business Administration, not enough money. And that's where I'm sticking with it. Not enough money. I don't care which business you decide to go into. Let me explain something to you. I'm not going to explain it. I'm going to explain it to you. What's going to happen is at some point in time, you're going to need funding. I don't care what type of business you have. At some point in time, you're going to need funding. Now, this is what I'm telling people. You can actually get credit for your business to your Social Security number. All right? You have to establish that business credit, and it comes with a lot of businesses benefits where you're separating your personal from your business. And let me give y'all the most simplest thing I can do it, because I really want people to understand what I'm about to talk about. So you have a business. You have an LLC, S Corp, C Corp. I don't know. It's just a business out. Even if you have a sole prop, If you have a sole prop, I'm not a lawyer. Let me put that out there up front. I'm not a lawyer, not giving any type of legal advice. All I'm giving you is good information, and I want you to go back to your legal representatives and ask them questions and do your own due diligence and make sure what they're telling you is the truth as well. So when I bring up sole prop, what it means, being a sole proprietor, it means that if anything goes wrong with your business, you are saying to the world, I want you to hold me 100% responsible. That's what you're telling the world. Whatever that means to you, that's what that means to you. And so as we go on this journey and you figure out which entity you want to be on, I'm going to keep it simple and simple. This is what I want to give you. You are a business. Do you drive your car for your business? Yes or no? And if you don't, and if you do, great. So if you drive your car for your business, when it's time to get gas, do you use your personal money or do you use a business credit card that's attached to your business? Now, you don't have to tell me. I already know. A good majority of us, because I used to be that guy, a good majority of us will use our personal money to get gas. A good majority of us will use our personal money for maintenance, for tires, for oil changes and stuff like that, but we're using our cars for business. It is what it is. And so does it make sense? One question. Does it make sense to have a business credit card for business that you're going to conduct in your vehicle? That's all I'm asking. If it doesn't make sense, this probably won't be for you, and that's okay. If it does make sense, this is for you. And so you have different companies out there. Y'all heard of a company called Sunoco? It's a gas company. And what they do is they have a business credit card. I'm not saying go run and go get a business credit card from Sunoco. I don't get paid for them, but I'm just telling you, so y'all can understand there are companies out there that actually will give you a gas card that you can use to buy gas. Now, let me stretch you a little bit further so you can have a better understanding and make it make a little bit sense. Now, we know that most people live paycheck to paycheck. It's not a secret. So this is what I want to ask y'all. So you're living paycheck to paycheck. You got probably $100 and you're about to go to an event in your car and you're like, man, I need to get that tire fixed. I'm not going to have the money till next week. Let's keep it 100. That's just what it is. You're not going to have the money till next week, but you still need your tire fixed because it's kind of bald. You're starting to see the wires in the tire, right? So let's say you have a Sunoco card, a gas card. Did you know with that card, if they were to give you, let's say, $3,000 on that card, you can use that card to go get your maintenance done for your business because you're conducting business on your vehicle. So you have $3,000. Let's say it costs $1,000 because you were going to get it done anyway when you got paid. Or no, because I said a tire. So that's, let's say, $250 card, and you don't have to pay that card. It may be a 30-day period to where you make the first payment on that card to pay it off. So would that help you out to keep money in your pocket? You keep your $100 and you use your business because you're conducting business with your vehicle? I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to make it make sense. That's all I'm doing. That's it. That's all I'm doing. So there are actually a lot of people don't know that they have access to funding, and I show people, hey, have you checked this resource? What about this resource? What about this lender? So you folks out there with like a 650 or better credit score, you probably haven't tapped into it, but you probably can get funding at 0% interest for 6 to 18 months. 0%. That's like people giving you a loan for free, right? And a lot of it's funny because I was talking to a guy. He was like, I don't want to borrow no money, but he's using his own money to go do something to, build his business up. And it's okay if you're using your own money, but if somebody's going to give you free money and give you 18 months or even a year, let's say they're going to give you free money for a year and all you got to do is pay it back. Why not use that money and make it grow? If they're giving it to you at 0%, what if you made 10% off it? Is that okay? To me, it's okay. It makes sense to me. So the bank, and 9 out of 10, a lot of people have house notes and stuff. So the bank can take your money, for your house note, but you can't take and get a percentage off of you, but you can't get a percentage back. Why can't we go get a percentage back, from these people that's taking money from us? So there are startup loans out there as well that a lot of people may or may not know about. So Most people fail trying to go after the money and grow their business. It just happens. People try to get money from the bank, and I hear people, well, I want to get a grant. And as per the Small Business Administration, probably not going to happen. I'm just telling you what I know. Probably not going to happen. You're going to be sitting there stuck, just like a lot of us, trying to get this doggone money from in a grant. They're like, no, we're not going to give you no grant money. You got to do something better than just start a business or think that you want to start a restaurant and we're just going to fund you this money. You're going to have this business plan and it's going to be out of sight. So you really got to get some help with whatever it is you're working on so you can make sure, you can get properly funded. But you can build your business and get funded as a startup. A lot of people don't know that. So if you're looking for money to start your business, if you want those high limit credit accounts, and that's what I'm going to kind of step through and show you how you can do it. And this is using your employment identification number. A lot of people just go right out, and I say this everywhere I go. I say, well, if you would start a business, what would you go do? Most people say, I got to get an LLC and an EIN. And I'm like, yeah, that's what we do, and that's how we set ourselves up for failure because it's not giving us what we're supposed to do. So I'm going to give y'all a few steps. And if you want this PowerPoint that I did I did PowerPoint on Saturday on the same stuff I'm telling y'all about, I'll send it out. I've been sending it out all day today and last night. So you just hit me up at charlesmspeaks@yahoo.com, and I'll just put in there live real estate, or not live real estate because I've been sending out real estate stuff too. Put in there business credit, and then I'll send it out to you. No big deal. So as we go through this thing, you have with business credit, your business builds its own profile. It has nothing to do with your credit score. And a lot of people think, well, I can't get it because of my credit score. And it's like it has nothing. Business credit should have nothing to do. If it has something to do with your credit score, then that's not business credit. So that's why I came up with the term true business credit, because they lump everything into business credit. I'm like, well, business credit can mean two things. You can get it with your credit score or without your credit score. So different companies, I'm going to see if y'all recognize some of the names of these companies that we use for vendors or revolving store credit, like Staples, Lowe's, Sam's Club, Costco, BP, Walmart, even MasterCard, Visa, and American Express give credit lines. They give auto lines that you can use for your car and stuff like that if you want to lease a vehicle, and that's something further down the road. But it's all about using business credit because it has no effect on your personal credit. Do you know you can get money and don't give a personal guarantee? Do you know that? That's crazy, and a lot of people don't get that part. So you telling me, and the lady was like, well, if I don't want to get it like that, do I have to? I was like, no. I said, so you would rather give a personal guarantee for this money they're going to give you, like $50,000. You're going to personally guarantee $50,000, so if something happens, they're coming after you. Or would you rather not personally guarantee it? To say if something happens to the money, why not give a no personal guarantee? So what you do, you have greater borrowing ability from a lender using your business than you do as a person. And I'll give you a quick example. As a trucker, he was bringing in $15,000 a month. $15,000 a month. The bank said, we'll give you $15,000. We may give you $20,000 because you bring in 15. But when you go through a lender and you set your business up right, they said, we'll give you 5 to 10 times that amount. So we'll give you $75,000 to $150,000. That's like just looking at your business on the outside looking in, and then he ended up getting $214,000. Imagine that. That's truly amazing. And he was like, man, I didn't think I was going to get that much. I didn't need that much because I think it's $35,000 to buy a truck. I think he was trying to buy another vehicle, another truck or what have you. So it takes time to build. And I see companies out there saying, hey, we can build your business in 30 days. And I'm just like, no, they can't. They're not going to get you funded without using your Social Security number or your credit score in 30 days where you can go get the big money. Now, they can use your business and everything like that to fund you, but they're going to peer them in that credit score. Please believe that. I'm just telling you what I know, because some companies take at least 90 days to report. So I know one company called Uline. They take 90 days to report. So a lot of people say they don't get you funded. I'm like, it's a play on words. and I had to do a lot of research. I researched this for a year, y'all. But I've been doing it for over 3 years now. So I'm a monster at this. That's how I don't know how else to classify myself. I am a monster at building business credit, period. And if anybody want to go up against me, please come bring it. No, I had to go through the trenches to get to this level, y'all. So you can say I'm cocky about it, but getting denied 5 times, it taught me some lessons, some hard lessons to where, I mean, I could have gave up. I really could have. Was it frustrating? Yes. And paperwork driven? Yes. And it wasn't fun. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. It was not fun. But what led me down this road, I had lost a deal, $750,000 that was about to pick up. And I lost it because I had some buyers that was coming to the table, bringing $8 million to the table, and then they just walked away from the deal. At that point in time, I was like, I have to find the money. I never want, and that was like 6 years ago, I think, to where I never want to experience that again in life, you know. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. Let's keep it real. So if you was about to make $750,000, are you already spending that money in your head? Come on now, $750K the hard way. You know, you thinking like, okay, let me see what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure mama right. I'm going to make sure my people right. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You know, come on now. I'm spending money in my head. Like, yeah, this money's good as gone. Not really good as gone, but, you know, I'm spending money like, okay, then I can invest in this and I can invest in that. Because, you know, I live a modest lifestyle right now. I'm not a big splurger or anything like that. I take care of people, making sure people are good, and, you know, I'm good. So, you know, God has blessed me to be able to do what I'm doing, so I'm going to keep doing it and, you know, hopefully keep enlarging my territory so I can, you know, receive more, and the more I get, the more I help. That's what I do. I just continue to help. So let me give y'all some steps to make it make sense. So step 1, building your business to make sure it's credible. Step 1 for me, and I know a lot of people don't have it because I ask a lot of people, we have to get away. One of your businesses need to be, I call it a pure business. Don't add a Yahoo or a Gmail or AOL or any Hotmail or anything that's free as an email address. Professional email address, and a professional email address to me would be, this is one of mine, Maxwell at maxwellscommunity.com. That's a professional email address. Your physical business address. You can't use, let me keep it simple. You can use your home address. It may or may not work for you depending on the lender. So if you don't have a structure, I would just get a virtual business address. You can't use a UPS box, a P.O. box or a UPS address. Can't use those. The next thing you can't do, or you have to do, you have to get a business phone line. You cannot use your phone number, your cell phone. People still try to use their cell phones, and a computer is going to find out that you have a cell phone, and it's going to red flag your company, and then they're going to give you your application back and say you haven't been approved, and they're not going to tell you why. Ask me how I know. You can use a toll-free number and a fax number as well. And it's just something that I went through. So business credit reports, this is like step 2 or phase 2. Sometimes I call it phases. I don't know. So you get set up with the business reporting agencies, Equifax, Experian, Dun & Bradstreet. Those are the main 3. There's more, but those are the main 3 that you're going to be using. Somebody asked me, is a DUNS number free, or do I have to pay this lady $600 who's getting me on the phone? I said, please don't pay that money. A DUNS number is free, and EIN is free, just to let y'all know. In phase 3, you're getting initial credit. So just like with consumer credit, you can't get credit for your business unless you have initial business credit profile established. That's going to be in Dun & Bradstreet. Dun & Bradstreet will ask you to pay about $1,000 to $1,500. I'm going to be politically correct. Do not pay for anything until you know with certainty 100% that you need it. Dun & Bradstreet has some great programs. I'm going to say it one more time. Do not pay for anything until you know with 100% certainty that you need it at that specific time. I'm going to leave that alone. So another thing you have to do, you can actually, if you have good personal credit, you can get up to $150,000 with no documentation. Some people don't even know that. So what they'll do is they can give you business credit cards, and you can use the money off the credit cards. I've done that. You can get trade lines and stuff like that. I've done that as well. There's so many different ways to do it. Some people that I've got funding for $100,000, $50,000, $241,000, $141,000. So another part of Phase 3 is starting to build your vendors. And one of them, two of them I use, Quill, Uline, another one is Granger. Those are just different companies that we use to actually build our business credit. I usually do 3. It's you start off with 3 and to make sure they're reporting to make sure it's working for you, and then you go to 5. So some of the other accounts that you're going to be looking at may be Amazon, Best Buy, Radio Shack, Nordstrom's closing in some places, Macy's closing in some places, Staples, Office Depot, Dell, Apple Computer, Costco, Sam's Club, Walmart. So those are all those different companies, but they have to be done in phases. Some people going out to try to get them already, and it's like, no, you can't do it yet. You're doing it too early. So you need about 10 or 15 reporting. The sad part is some people get these companies. I know some parties with 23 companies and only like 3 of them reporting, 3 of the companies. I'm just like, you could have had companies that reported to build your business. So now some companies don't report. Ask me how I know. I'm sitting there waiting 2 months for a company to report, and I called them up, and they said, we don't report no more. I said, ain't this about I done wasted 2 months. So that's what happens. You don't know what you don't know. Again, 1 out of 5 businesses fail within the first 5 years. Within 15 years, 75% fail. And that's not from me. That's from the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. And the SBA has said 2 most common reasons for failure is management issues and insufficient capital. No money. So how do you get business financing? Over 75 business owners, 75%, they go to friends and family like we do. We go to the banks, and that's kind of where we stay. We kind of just go there. So a lot of people don't go through and try to get this funding. So what I've been looking at is probably less than 10% of business owners get money with no personal guarantee. That's crazy. Less than 10%. All these people with all this, I got an 800 credit score. I'm like, well, what are you doing with it? I got a 401k. Well, what are you doing with it? If you're not making money, some people have lazy money. Some people got $50,000 just sitting in the bank making what, 5%? Probably less. That's not making money when interest is higher than the money that you have. And it's like we don't know what to do. We just sitting around like, yeah, okay, great. Some people don't know that their 401k is not going to be the end all or the saving grace, because the money that you have going in there, hopefully it's matching, I would hope. But a lot of people don't know. Let me tell you from experience, when I was working in corporate, they was tapping my 401k at 3.5% in fees. And some of them with some bullcrap fees. I was like, well, what is this fee? A transfer fee. Why do I need you? Not transferring nothing. Not right now. But they tacking on them fees. And we don't even pay attention to certain things. And let me go high on this one. The majority of people don't know what the heck is in their 401k or what they're investing in. Sad to say. Nobody should know your money better than you. But I'm going to let that go. Do what you want. I was sitting in a meeting, 26 economists is at Oldham University, and they said, not me, from the numbers standpoint, they said we're going to be in trouble later on when everybody starts trying to tap into their 401ks and they find out. Now, let me give y'all some quick math. I want you to understand what's going on. I'm just going to do some small numbers. Let's say you had $200,000 in your 401k, and hopefully you have more. And let's say you think you're going to get 9% back, right, from $200,000 over that 9%, so you make $18,000. I'm just running small numbers. So you're getting $218,000 back. Now, let's say your fees on that is 3.5%, right? So 9 minus 3.5%, so you're really looking at 5.5%. You feel me? So you're thinking you're going to make $218,000 and you only made $211,000. So that percentage, I'm going to tell you, is huge, percent or more. it is huge. It's going to affect how much money you really bring in home and what you think you're going to make. So I'm just giving y'all some ideas to help you to understand what you have your hands on, and what you don't know may hurt you. Hopefully that's making some sense to y'all. I just want people to go and look. I'm not a financial guy, so go and look at ask them to tell you about the numbers. Tell them to break down the fees for you. You know, we have a lot of lazy money right now. It's lazy money out there to the tune of trillions of dollars right now, sitting in like money markets accounts and sitting in 401ks, just doing nothing. That's what it's doing absolutely nothing. So I hope, you have some insight in what I just gave you. Some people got stocks and some bonds. I used to have bonds all the time, and I cashed that stuff in. Because I said the bonds not making me no money, really. So, I started doing real estate and, getting into that. Other alternative financing could be, depending on what you want to do in investing, you can get private money from different places, venture capitalists, giving money away like crazy if you have a good deal. You can do crowdfunding. I just spoke to a lady today. She's trying to get something started in the cannabis world and crowdfunding. I was like, that is huge. And anything in cannabis is just huge thing. I mean, just kind of figure it out. The money is there, but we just have to get creative enough to go after it. So I'm going to stop right there, and hopefully, you learned something from me. I mean, I know hopefully you learned something, okay? Because this is just a lot of information. And if you want this, I did a training on Saturday, and I'll shoot it to you, and you can look at the PowerPoint slides or what have you. And I'm going to charge you $1 million to get the slides, but I'll write off $1 million, so I'll get it for you for free. I hope that's okay. You just email me at charlesmspeaks@yahoo.com and put in business credit, and then I'll send you the slide deck, and then you can go through it and go through some of the steps, and I got the information in there. And, we got to figure this stuff out, family. You got to take action. Sit back if you want to. We're in the 4th month already. The first quarter is done. There is no more. We're going to be in the 2nd quarter right now, and then we're going to the 3rd quarter, and the next thing you know, it's going to be December 31st. And we're going to look back, and we're going to say, man, I didn't really do what I was supposed to do. I was sitting there going on trips and lavish and acting crazy, and now I got to hustle and bustle and telling you what I know. Let me pray us out. Dear Heavenly Father, I pray to you right now to bless those who are listening to me and those who are going through the struggle. I'm praying for those that to get empowerment, strength, unity. I know some people are feeling like it's never going to come fast enough. I know they're frustrated, down on their luck, and they just don't think it's going to get better. Dear Heavenly Father, let them know that everything happens in your time. We know you'll provide the strength that they need. We know that anything we do, we have to do through you first, and you always going to be right on time. Dear Father, let them know that everything happens in your time. Y'all have to really appreciate that, Father God. We know you're all-knowing. We believe in you. We trust in you. And somebody is listening to this right now, and you're going to manifest their destiny. Everything you set forth for them, Father God, please give it to them. They've held on this long, and they've used up their territory that you've given, and just bless them, dear Father. I pray that those have lost sight. I'm praying for those who can use more strength. I'm praying for those that are sick. I'm praying for those who don't believe. I'm just praying for everybody. Dear Lord, in your name, I pray. I want to say amen to everybody out there. God bless everybody. Ms. Kimmy, I thank you for the platform, and I already see what's going to happen, and it is a blessing to see it from fruition to where it is now to where it's going. I'm just excited about Elation Magazine and then the radio and then everything else that's coming after that, and I'm not going to spoil anything. I want to thank everybody for getting on. This is Charles's Corner. I'm your favorite entrepreneur, and I'm hungry, and I'm not stopping. Y'all take it easy.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you see me smiling, it's official now. And everybody wanna know what's going down. It's beautiful and I'm laughing in my issues now. It's all because I'm feeling free, see I want this round. You see me smiling, it's official now. And everybody wanna know what's going down. It's all because I'm laughing in my issues now. It's all because I'm feeling free. cause I know the places I have been. I'm thankful cause I know with Jesus I can win. When the storms of life come rolling through, he shelters me. No doubt about it. He makes me a better me. Thinking way back, I'm the same cat that had anger in my heart. That same cat, he done came back spreading love on my head for God. Now who would have ever thought that old Mr. Key would be free of iniquity? And although I fall dated like a King Day, he's still right next to me. He keeps next to me. It's all gravy train. And even when I want a trip, I can't complain. I just think of all the things he do and how I'm changed. And how he free me, cut me loose, and he broke every chain. I know you see me smiling, but sufficient now. And everybody when you know what's going down. They see me crazy, and I'm laughing at my useless now. It's all because I'm feeling free. See, I want to smile. You see me smiling, but sufficient now. And everybody when you know what's going down. They see me crazy, and I'm laughing at my useless now. It's all because I'm feeling free. See, I want to smile. Once I accepted Christ, I got a clean slate. No longer bound by my mistakes, I got a clean break. I keep a smile, no longer bound, don't see that mean face. Can't keep me down, see I've been found and I done seen grace. I'm walking tall and fitting like $1 million. Cause I got Jesus with me, see it when it's right. You can even hear it when I speak about him. Once you catch the Holy Spirit, it's gonna have you shout. Hallelujah, thank you Jesus. I would never ever know the reason that you love me and you keep me. Always there for me when I'm reaching. The word to teach me